Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back at the majestic circuit Zandvoort in the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 for yet another track guide. It's not me behind the wheel, it's Gianni Lutzu. He's a real-life racing driver, he's a full-time driver coach. If you want to improve your own skills, there is a link to his website in the description. And if you want to race this exact setup curated by Gianni, all you need to do is also look in the description for our Patreon link. We create our own setups now and they're doing very, very well. We are in our third week and we have over 55 members, so thank you to everyone that's enjoying them so far. Right, any questions, let me know in the comments, and let's start the hot lap. We are switching it down the main straight, looking for our entry into turn 1, which is going to be just before that 100 sign. Long on the brakes, all the way down to the apex, getting back on the gas in third gear. Now heading over to the left-hand side, looking to be midway along that curbing. Leave it in third gear, back on the gas. On the brakes now, down to second. He sort of takes a higher line than me through that. And now a flat as we go through this windy section. Once we get opposite the marshal sort on the left-hand side on the brakes up to about 60%, long trail off, picking back up on the gas in fourth gear. Head over to the left on the brakes up to about 50%, down to third gear, just clipping that corner. Nice wide entry as we come into turn 9. And we're on the brakes for a long time. Not a good time. Now, as we go past the porta potty, that's when he does long braking through my least favourite corner on this track, turn 10. Though in a race, lots of people crash there, and that's always fun. On the brakes before that curbing, just jumping that down to second gear, long on the brakes, but only barely touching them. Back over to the left-hand side, looking for just after the 50 board, on the brakes up to about 55%, again picking back up on the gas in third gear. Now he's going to hug it down low. And Gianni did this in a 141 flat. Now I did a 140.9, but I had slightly lower fuel than Gianni, and I was in the BMW on a setup he created. Anyway, we'll do the breakdown lap next. Okay, here we are with the breakdown. So first braking marker, it's just coming up now, just before the 100 on the left-hand side. So as you can see, he's starting getting on the brakes now. And he holds it at around 65%. And now only trails off as he goes down towards the apex, picking back up on the gas at the apex in third gear. Head over to the left-hand side, and we're going to get back on the brakes, basically at the apex of this curb. So where it sticks out furthest to the right-hand side, there we go. It's on the brakes up to about 45%, down to third gear, picking back up on the gas on the right-hand side. This is where he is now aiming, so he's aiming over to the right-hand side, brakes into the ditch, or whatever you call it, drops it down to second, starts picking back up on the gas now. He's got full left-hand lock on, exits nice and wide. So we're looking for this marshal sort on the left-hand side. Once we get alongside it here, just by the 50, you can see he gets on the brakes, briefly up to about 50%. And then it's a slow trail off, picking back up on the gas in fourth, just ahead of the curbing. Over to the left-hand side, and at the end of this curbing, there you go, going to be on the brakes up to about 50% again. Trailing it off, getting back on the gas at third, at this curb here. At third, in third. Now he takes a really wide entry into turn 9, because he's good. I'm usually further over to the right. And we're looking for this porta potty. Basically, once we go past that, that's when he gets on the brakes up to about 35%. But it's a long trail off. As I said in my LMP3 version of the track guide, this is my least favorite corner because it's so slidey. You got to be so gentle with the inputs on entry and exit there. Right, now braking quite a bit before the 100 board on the left-hand side. You can see this is where he started. Going to brake all the way over to the end of this curbing on the left before turning in. And he really does jump that curb with the right-hand side of the car. Little blip of gas, then comes back off, drops it down to second, and he's just holding sort of 2-3% brake. And again, exactly the same if you watch the LMP3 guide. That's not to slow the car, it's just to keep that weight over the front axle so that the car's gripping up and you can turn through the corner. Exit nice and wide. Over to the left-hand side, I'm going to be braking just after the 50 or just before this curbing on the left-hand side. So you can see this is where he's on the brakes. And he briefly hit 53%, trails it off, picking back up in third gear. It's going to exit you nice and wide here through turn 14. And now cut it back down. And that, kind sir, is the breakdown lap. We've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.